Talk Shoes. Recorded live.
Crazy Insane Radio, Episode 10, a Rich Vernadeau production. Good evening, this is Hugh Millicent at CRZY News, and we are going to play a clip today from the moving, emotional eulogy that was delivered at the funeral of Senator Quint today by Judy Vincini.
A man of our times, a man for all times. A part of us died the day he was shot, and a part of us is buried today. Was he a saint? Perhaps not. Are any of us saints? I can only say this. In our brief time together, Senator Quint was my ray of sunshine. His light will continue to shine in the hearts of my fellow citizens. He can never be replaced. I enjoyed a close personal relationship with the senator, and all of you were touched by his charm and his grace. May his memory and influence live on in all of us, of Murgatroyd and Flattown forever. Thank you.
And that was the moving eulogy today, and we have the honor of having Judy Vincini here as a guest in our studio now. She's here with us. She was the CEO of the Vincini Cosmetics Corporation. Good evening, Judy.
Good evening.
That was a powerful eulogy you delivered earlier today at the funeral. If you would share with our listeners and our viewers, you had a close personal relationship with Senator Quint.
Yes, but you know what? The very first time I saw him there in court, I hated his guts.
As I recall, you were there at the House Senate Committee on the investigation into Vincini Cosmetics.
Yes, that was a very tragic day. However, the ray of sunshine, my new bright knight, my shining man in armor, appeared. At first I thought he was the enemy, but then I realized he was a wonderful man, full of wisdom and wit, and so articulate and so concerned about the good people of our country.
So during the wonderful relationship that the two of you had, it was basically a monogamous relationship?
A what?
A monogamous relationship? Was he exclusively with you, Judy?
Are you crazy? He had a wife.
Well, we know
he was shot with a hooker. You know, really? What kind of question is this?
Well, we don't want to besmirch the good senator's reputation. I just thought that perhaps you could...
But it's public knowledge. Everybody knows that it's been in the paper for 2 years.
Well, I understand that you're right now still in a state of grief and mourning, but if you were to give advice to all of the citizens of Murgatroyd, what advice would you give to them now to deal with their grief over the senator's death?
Well, it's hard to say. When I first heard about him being shot with a hooker, I was sad. I was upset. I wanted to kill him myself. Then, after a while, when I realized there's nothing I can do, and I've lost a friend and a hero and a mentor, a wonderful person you can never replace, I thought maybe this is punishment for me, for everybody, for him. Who knows?
Wow. Thank you for your insight, Judy. We appreciate you being here as our guest. And this has been Hugh Millicent here at the CRZY studio. Good night.
Can I hang up now?
Yeah. Talk Shoes. Recorded live.
Good evening. This is Hugh Millicent, CRZY News. Tonight, we're bringing you a special presentation on the Murgatroyd City serial killer. Who is the Murgatroyd City serial killer? Well, here's what we do know so far. There have been a total of 14 victims. The 14th, Shimiko Hiramoto, escaped. She is the only victim to escape. She was attacked on the Vincini parking lot recently. Of the other 13 victims, none of which who have survived, All were females ranging from 22 to 45 in age. All of the attacks occurred at night after 9 o'clock, but before 5 a.m. in the morning, with the latest attack occurring at 5 a.m. The earliest known confirmed attack by the Murgatroyd serial killer was in October 2012. That victim, an Asian female, was found behind the paper doll factory in an empty lot. The second victim, in December 2012, was found in the back parking lot of the Murgatroyd Times. The third victim, third confirmed known victim of the Murgatroyd serial killer, was behind the downtown Super Deluxe grocery store. That victim was discovered at 3 a.m. in the morning. Detectives at that time indicated that the body was still warm, so apparently that attack had just occurred. From what scat evidence has surfaced and for camera work at some of the scenes, some video surveillance camera details were captured in some instances at different locations. He appears to be a male, 20s to 30s, again wearing a black ski mask and black gloves, dressed in dark clothing. And because of the darkness in the areas in which the attacks occur, and few, if any, witnesses to any of the attacks, we don't know the race of the man. It cannot be determined whether he's white, black. Those things cannot be determined. Height seems to range between 5'8" and 6'4". This has terrorized the city now for 4 years, and claimed 13 victims that are known victims of the Murgatroyd city. A profile has been developed. That information has appeared in the Murgatroyd Times newspaper from time to time. And part of this ongoing series, this is the first in a series, will be an attempt to look more closely into what might be the causes or the motivating factors going on in this particular instance. In this most recent attack that occurred on the parking lot of the Vincini Cosmetics, in which Shimiko Hiramoto successfully escaped from the attacker, there was an older model Chevrolet, a dark-colored older model Chevrolet, seen nearby there at the time, awkwardly parked at the end of the Vincini parking lot. There was a press release by Detective Lieutenant Skidders along, who's been handling the case now for quite some time along those lines. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our CRZY special. This is the first in a series on who is the Murgatroyd city killer. And I want you to tune in as we develop further information. And there will be further information, further episodes. Thank you very much. This is Hugh Millett for the CRZY News. Good night.
Revenge of the Statue of the Buddha. See the orgiastic monks in wanton abandon after decades of self-denial. See wanton orgies of indulgence in the sins of the flesh. In exciting sensual surround. No girl is safe when these rabid monks turn sex fiends prowl the countryside. See Buddhist monks become sex maniacs. Warning, no one will be seated during the temple orgy scene of frenzy. Now playing at a triple flex theater near you. And in some locations, Revenge of the Statue of the Buddha is playing a double feature of exciting thrills and chills with exiled sex slaves of Planet Sigma 5.
Slaves of Planet Sigma 5. 10,000 years ago the sex slaves were exiled to the remote forbidden planet of Sigma 5, where they would lie in wait for newly arriving flesh to trigger their revolt. When a lost space shuttle from Earth crash lands on Sigma 5, all hell breaks loose as the sex slaves and their ancient passions are unleashed. Now playing at a local triple flex
New
theater
Super
near
Deluxe Ultra Burger. You can now get the new Super Deluxe Ultra fries. And don't just make those fries a double, make them a double. And this week the new Super Duper Deluxe Ultra Drift Soda Pop is also a double.
CRZY weather update. Whether or not you believe in the weather or not, the eyes have it. I stepped outside this morning and felt a strong breeze, so I predict it might be windy today. I looked up at the sky and saw clouds, so there's a chance it will be cloudy today. There is a 100% chance that we will have some kind of weather next week. I predict there is at least a 50% chance of bad weather and a 50% chance of good weather. We will know a lot more once next week gets here. Remember, at CRZY, and she is smart. She is stylishly brazen. She is the little Ms. Fancy Pants in your family. With new Slide Eat 2, the boys will slide right over next to her. Slide Eat 2, for the little Ms. Fancy Pants in your family. New from Vincini Cosmetics.